Well, I'm glad we're all back together again for another week. But I know I speak for everybody here when I say this is not the circumstances we wanted to all be together. Uh, we live in a dark time. We live in a very fallen world, and that has not been so apparent as of late as it was on Wednesday. Uh, I'm obviously referring to Charlie and what happened. We all have our thoughts. We're gonna voice them, but most importantly, I want us all to remember that this is meant to be a tribute to Charlie Kirk, and we should all keep that in mind as we make our statements. Charlie was a big Christian, just like all of us, and I know the stereotypical thing for Christians to say is be like Christ, and yes, we should. But I do not believe that since Christ we have had anybody that was truly Christ-like until Charlie. So to change it up a little bit, I'm going to start telling people instead of be like Christ, be like Charlie. That being said, we still got our regular co-host Arkansas Dave over here. But coming in this week, we got I can't see her because she's fucking hiding. But we got our social media manager, Natalie, and her husband, Jacob. We got the chicken nugget assassin herself. Um, but I'm going to give the floor to Dave, and then Natalie, Jacob, y'all can have it. And I'll wrap it up with my thoughts at the end. Let's try to make Charlie proud. All right, Dave, floor is yours.
All right, guys. So, as we know, we're coming to talk about Charlie and stuff. And me and Cuddle, we've talked throughout the week, and we've come to the decision to do this episode. But we also understand our last two episodes have been about politics. We don't want our channel to be nothing but politics. We will cover some politics from time to time, but after this episode, we are going back to our normal, funny, talking about cryptids and just off the wall shit like we normally do. Um, Last week's episode, we thought we needed to talk about this one, that, and this one most definitely we want to talk about and give Charlie a tribute. And I mean, the man was known for being Christ-like. I mean, his motto was Christ first, family second, and then country, and that's how he lived. Um, so we're gonna talk about it, put our feelings out there about it. Um, this might take 30 minutes, it might take an hour. We don't know. But y'all stay tuned, like, share, subscribe to the channel afterwards. Share the story. That's all we ask. So, but guys, let's talk about Charlie and the type of man he actually was.
I know I said I was going to pass it to y'all, but I just remembered one thing I think is important for us all to do. I don't think I've mentioned it to y'all off air, but I think it's important we do not say the name of the killer. This motherfucker, he wants to be famous, just like all murderers do. Let's not give him that. All right.
I mean, he's already famous enough. I mean, he's already been blasted all over
Yep.
social media and the news and everything else like that. Why we need to say anything about him?
Exactly. That's kind of my thing. Yes, his name is out there and everything, but we don't need to give him any more publicity.
Right. What a cut of where you want to start at, bud.
Well, let's let Jacob and Natalie, if y'all got something to say right off the bat before we really get this thing kicked off.
All I'm gonna say is that it's a real big hit to a lot of people on what happened, and that no one should have to go through that. To have see their husband, father, and son shot for just trying to have conversations and educate people. And that just feels like it's a hit on our freedom of speech when someone does something like that just for trying to have a conversation.
Natalie, you got something to add?
Um, you all know me. I'm pretty hot-headed. So, with all the emotions, I've been thinking, trying to keep my cool about it because you're right, Dakota. We need to live like Charlie and not let emotions rule our everyday lives. Um, my heart's breaking for his friends and family, especially his wife and children. And I just hope that they find the peace they deserve in everything, because that's what Charlie would have wanted for them.
Absolutely. I've spent the last few days trying to think of the words, and I think the best thing for me to do is just to say what comes to mind. So, with that being said, what happened Wednesday was let, let's let's not get it twisted. What happened Wednesday was an attack on our country. When our founding fathers started this country, the very first thing they did was put into law the right to free speech. And Charlie dedicated his life to that right. He he would go to these college campuses, and all he ever wanted to do was have civil discourse with people that disagreed with him. He wanted to give them a platform where their point of view would go out to millions, just like his point of view, and let the best one win. And that's what this country, that's so fundamental to this country that it was the first thing our founding fathers did, and he was murdered for it. And the thing that keeps crossing my mind, if we've fallen that far as a society, how do we come back? Where do we go from here? And it hit me to see one of the last interviews he did. He was asked how he wanted to be remembered. And he didn't say, oh, I want to be, you know, the most well known political commentator in our nation's history. He didn't say, I want to be the richest politician. I don't want to be the whatever. Insert whatever materialistic goal here. He wanted to be remembered for championing his faith. And he lived that every day. He truly tried to bring more and more people to Christ. And I've seen multiple people online stating that Charlie did just that for them. He brought them to God. He brought them closer to God. And there's a song that I hadn't heard in a while, and the other day it came on. It's called One More Soul. And it basically states if at the end of your life, when you go and meet God, how great would it be if you could have brought him just one more soul. Just led one person to God. How great would that be? And that's what Charlie did. That's what Charlie spent his life trying to do. I'm going to end my part and then open it up for discussion with, I want to read Charlie's last Twitter post. And then I'm going to read the last biblical thing he ever said. And then I'm going to read a text message that I saw between him and a Daily Wire reporter. This was the last text message that he ever sent. I think they all give us a glimpse into who Charlie truly was. Not somebody that went to college campuses and recorded himself with a microphone, but who he truly was as a person. His final Twitter post says, quote, "If we want things to change, it's 100% necessary to politicize the senseless murder of Irina Zuritsky, because it was politics that allowed a savage monster with 14 priors to be free on the streets to kill her." End quote. I read that and I found it ironic that his last tweet is talking about politicizing murder. And what was his death? His death was some left-wing lunatic that got radicalized by the mainstream media constantly calling Charlie a Nazi when he wasn't. His last gospel preaching that he did, quote, "It's not just intra-biblical evidence, it's extra-biblical evidence that Jesus Christ was a real person. He lived a perfect life. He was crucified, died, and rose on the third day, and he is Lord and God over all." End quote. That's true. That's the basic breakdown of the gospel. And Charlie had a very, very strong grasp on it. And then the last tweets, or the last text messages he sent, Daily Wire reporter Cassie Akiva texted him, and she said, "I need to be better and just mute the noise." And Charlie responded, "We all do. It's why I have a ton of friends who aren't into politics, and when I see them, they have zero idea about any of the controversies on Twitter. It's so refreshing." That was the last text that Charlie sent. And I think that's important for all of us, you know? Get out. Stop being behind a screen all the damn time. Go outside, touch some grass, hug your kids. Tell your family members and your friends that you love them, because you never truly know when the last time you'll see them will be. And above all else, I think as Christians, the most important thing we can do is be like Charlie. And how do we do that? We go out there, we show the world what God's love truly means, and we tell people about Jesus Christ. I'll open it up for us to have our discussion now.
I know with me, on Wednesday I was on my phone. I'm scrolling through, and I saw Charlie Kirk had been shot. It was from one of an ex employee on the account I'm on. I'm kind of friends with, and he posts like what happened. Then he posts a link that goes over to Twitter, and I clicked on the link. Like millions of people have clicked on the link to go see what the hell happened. And I know when I saw the video, it set in even deeper. And I also knew when I saw the amount of devastation of what happened to him, I knew there was no turning back for him. Even though that he was rushed by, looked like, I want to say it was like 6 people, maybe a couple more or
With
less.
that injury, he was gone before his body hit the
Yeah.
floor. Which is a blessing. He didn't
Yeah,
suffer.
it truly is. But I've also read that he was put in the car, med flighted, put in his surgery, try to save his life. But at the same time, something like that, it hits you different.
Mhm.
And like you said, a lot of us, we may not all agree with Charlie, and that's fine. We don't all have to agree, but sometimes freedom of speech. Charlie was a very Christian man, and I'm guilty of it. There's millions of us guilty of it as well, where we're like, oh, Charlie's Republican. This is a liberal bullshit, and made it a political song. Have I made it a little bit of political? Yes, I have. But that's not what I should remember Charlie as. I should remember Charlie as a Christian man that was trying to bring people closer to God and bring people closer together, regardless of their views. And for a couple days, it messed with me really bad. And it's like as soon as you get on Facebook or Instagram or Yahoo News, it's Charlie this, Charlie that. Charlie's killer's been caught. Charlie's uh passed away. Charlie's been taken back to Arizona. JD Vance is whisking him in a casket off an Air Force plane.
Air Force Two. I do want
Yeah.
to not to interrupt you, Dave, but I do want to throw that out there. How great was that? Not only did JD Vance escort Charlie's casket, but he helped carry it.
Yeah.
The Vice
Well,
President of the United States.
he didn't help carry it. So if you watch the video, um,
I
he
saw
helped.
2 videos. One of them loading it on, and he was up front, and he did have his hand on the handle, holding it.
Right.
And then when they came back off, he was not helping unload it. But still, he was there consoling Charlie's wife.
Right. And from what I understand with the holding of the hand, some people I've seen said that was disrespectful.
I don't
And
see it that way.
well, I didn't see it that way either. But what I think it turned out to be was he was helping to try to keep his casket at a particular angle.
Mm-hmm.
Due to the fact of the injury
Mm-hmm.
that Charlie sustained, and to try to help preserve what was left.
And that may be,
So
but how can it be disrespectful? That's the president or the vice president of the United States, the second most powerful person in the free world. And Charlie, at the end of the day, he was just a citizen. Yeah, he was
yeah,
influential, but he was just a citizen.
and you're right on that. And I never saw it disrespectful, but like we say, people got their own opinions, and that's all right. Have your own opinion,
Yeah,
but also make sure you get the facts straight. Make
yeah,
sure the
Yeah.
facts are straight before you start criticizing something that you don't understand.
right.
So, um, but yeah, JD Vance. I mean, apparently him and Charlie are pretty close friends.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, I didn't know this,
Yeah, I think
but
back to before JD Vance was even VP.
He endorsed.
yeah,
Yeah, Charlie was very good friends with a lot of people in the Trump campaign and even in the Trump cabinet and stuff like that. Charlie was very influential in this administration.
yeah. But I mean, Charlie is a good person through and through. Regardless of which side he sat on, he was a great person. And this this has got to stop. The answer ain't violence and killing people every time you don't you disagree with somebody.
Right.
That's not it. That'd be like me getting pissed off and everything and going to do the exact same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not that away.
Yeah.
And I don't want anybody around me that is that away. So people need to understand this shit's got to stop. It's time. We need to sit down, put us in a big round table, and let's have a discussion. We can coincide with each other.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
I do want to clear some things up. I've seen a lot of people talking online and stuff that his killer, again, not going to name him, but a lot of people online are saying his killer was conservative and yada yada. He was not. His killer was a left-wing lunatic who, by admission of his family and his friends, and even the killer himself, was radicalized by people like Ilhan Omar and AOC, so leftists. His boyfriend was a transgender furry, not exactly aligning with conservative values. But everybody's saying, oh, he was a conservative because his parents were conservative. I'm going to ask you this, Dave. Do you agree politically with your parents on every single aspect?
no.
Jacob, what about you?
No.
Natalie?
Definitely not.
That's my point. Just because your parents are one thing doesn't mean that you're going to be that thing.
Exactly.
And the people that are spouting this out, a few of them have been people that I've known personally in my life. And knowing them personally, I'm not going to name names, but I will say that these people will look for, they are left wing in nature, and they will look for any chance they can to twist the narrative to not look bad for the left.
Yeah.
And I think
Well,
that's dangerous. I mean, I'm right wing, and I will be the first one to call somebody out on the right if I see them doing some fucked up shit.
yeah. Like, I'll tell you right now. Like, let's bring Trump into this real quick.
Yeah, I don't agree with
Uh,
everything Trump has done.
don't get me wrong. I mean, I don't agree with everything.
Yeah.
Never have. Now, do I think the man should keep his mouth shut from time to time? You damn
Absolutely.
skippy, I do.
I wish
Did
somebody,
somebody have control of social media? Yes.
yeah, that's my point. I wish somebody would take the fucking Twitter password away from him.
Yeah. But, I mean, that also makes Trump who he is.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's, yeah. And another thing I'll touch on is y'all may have been seeing this on TikTok and social media. So, people have made all these comments
Mm-hmm.
on social media and like, oh, it's a great day. Charlie's dead. Oh, he signed his own death warrant by the shit he spoke. Blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I've had to delete a few of them off my social media.
Yeah. Um, we've had comments on um TikTok, Facebook, YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
and we're not going to give those type of people the time of day and discuss it with them. What needs to happen is like all these other people that are making these comments is that this needs to be forwarded to their jobs and everything like a lot of people are doing,
Mm-hmm.
not just informing their managers that hey, this is the type of person you got working for you. Because all these people that are getting this stuff sent to their employers right now are getting fired.
Right. And
Left and
now
right.
I will add all these comments on our content like that. Yes, we're not going to engage with you. You can leave the comment if you want to. Like we're going to do like Charlie did. If you want to make a statement, use our platform and our comment section to make that statement. That is fine. You have that right. just know I will not delete those either. And I have instructed everybody else here to do the same. Why? Because if and when this bullshit happens again, that is a list of people that need to be looked at by law enforcement as
I agree.
potential suspects. So if you want to come on here on our platform and spew your hatred and show just how much evil is in your heart, we will not engage with you. But just know you are adding your name to that list.
But at the same time, we hope to find Christ.
Yeah, absolutely. We will pray for you. But you are adding your name to a list. There is already a list that the government has started of people that have put that kind of shit online. You care to know how many people are currently on that list?
How
Over
many?
200,000. Just since Wednesday. It's not a list that they're going to pursue any action on right now. But it's just like I said, if and when this shit ever happens again, those are the first people they are going to look at as suspects.
Might as well say they're on a terrorist watch list at this point.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. So go ahead. Leave your stupid ass fucking comments.
So, what y'all got?
I will say, as social media manager, the only time I'm ever going to give a comment the time of day is if there's a threat of violence against someone.
Absolutely, at which point it needs to be forwarded to law enforcement.
Yeah.
Correct. I agree with that.
And it will be. Just letting everybody out there know, you leave a threat like that on our pages, it will be forwarded to law enforcement and you will be questioned.
Yep.
IP addresses are easy to track. And you got somebody, and you know somebody that's really good at computers because you think you're bouncing your IP address around. There's somebody out there that's gonna be able to find you.
I do it all the time. I just did it with the people that scammed my grandfather. I found their location, their exact address within 10 meters, and I sent them an image from Google Maps of their exact location.
And that was in a separate continent and country.
Yep. So if you think you can't be found, you can.
Oh yeah.
It's not hard. I'm not very tech savvy. Ask David. Ask
Listen,
Jacob.
I'm a
Ask
dinosaur when it comes to tech.
Yeah. Hey, how long did it take? I said we were going to start recording at 10. Granted, I didn't get home till 10:30. How long did it take me to get this shit going?
Yeah, like 30 minutes.
Yeah. Like,
So
I had to ask for my email that I had already texted you an hour before that.
Exactly. That's my point. I'm not very tech savvy. So if I can find your email or your IP address, you're not hidden very well.
no.
We are not the people to be messing with. We will not hesitate.
Not only that, I'm not going to name them. I do have connections in law enforcement.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. But you know, I was talking to my sister-in-law the other day, and I looked at her in the face. I said, you know, Charlie's death and the way he got killed, and what he stood for and freedom of speech and all that. I looked at her and said, you know, this is to me be on the same level as MLK to a lot of people back in the day. And
For speaking.
yeah, exactly. Now, don't get me wrong, and I didn't know this till I looked it up. MLK was a Republican, but
Well,
he
MLK
was,
was also a communist.
well, I didn't know that either.
Mm-hmm.
So
He started a communist movement that was designed to turn the black population in America into a communist party.
Didn't know that.
Mhm.
So, I mean, that's just some stuff that you don't always know until you start digging further. I mean, what I know about MLK is from school and the little I've looked up. So,
Yep.
but I mean, you look up stuff like that, and then you look up
Y'all go ahead. I'll be right back.
JFK, another. He was a president, killed
Yeah.
for his beliefs. So, a couple years before that, RFK, his brother, killed. So,
Yeah. It
political violence needs to stop.
yes.
Whether you're on the Democratic side, you're the Republican side, if you're non whatever denominational party or the weed party or whatever, I mean, the shit's gonna stop.
Yeah, I find it funny every time something happens to the Republican Party and all the radical Democrats are, you know, making fun of or talking shit about or like just throwing it in our faces like, oh yeah, this happened to y'all and we don't do anything. We're just like, okay, yes it did, but we're gonna keep trucking like we normally do.
Yeah,
But
I
when
mean,
something happens to them, they go on these riots and everything else, and
yeah, look
they're
at
saying,
Minneapolis.
Yeah. The governor of Utah said it the best. How many cars and shit burned down after Charlie died?
0.
0.
I saw a video this morning. It was on a college campus, and it was these people trying to hold a moment of prayer for Charlie. And this girl was bouncing around them, shouting at them. Okay. This girl was bouncing around them, shouting at them, your homeboy's dead, your homeboy's dead, he got shot in the neck, your homeboy's dead. Okay? Well, the campus police came out there, and they told her, hey, you need to go. Like, you're disrupting the peace. Care to guess what her response was?
Freedom of speech.
No. Why are you being aggressive to me? Is it because I'm black?
It's because of your actions.
Exactly. What was that MLK said? Judge people by the content of the character, not the color of their skin.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's just like
Go ahead.
it's just like they were doing like a moment of trying to do a moment of silence and for Charlie, and a guy was riding his bike doing the same thing.
And got beat up.
He got the piss beat out of him.
Yeah.
We're not condoning violence, guys.
No, but at the same time,
Yeah.
I mean, just like
words don't have consequences. Actions do.
Yeah. So the action. Here's a consequence for you. So somebody went into an Office Depot trying to get a memorial flyers printed.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. A lot of people probably seen it on social media at this point, and they were like, "Oh, it's propaganda. It's propaganda. We can't print it. It's propaganda." Propaganda is like, "Hey, this was spread by the U.S. government." Like, "Hey, Iranians are bad. Go to Iran. Kill Iran." You know what I mean? That's propaganda.
Is a lie spread by a government.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's still a form of propaganda. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But and don't get me wrong, we don't want that to actually happen. There's good people over in Iran, but
Absolutely. There's good people everywhere.
exactly. But that person turned around, went to FedEx, and FedEx printed every one of those flyers for that memorial for free. And then this video got back to Office Depot headquarters, and they terminated that manager that wouldn't print that, calling it propaganda, and then made a public statement saying, hey, we let this employee go, doesn't sit well with our values and everything as a company.
Mhm.
Also, we'd like to make it right and fulfill your order.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't know the FedEx part of that. I knew about the Office Depot employees and them not doing it and them getting fired for it. I didn't know FedEx did it for free. I would like to throw out there now, knowing that information, as a former employee of UPS, go use FedEx, people. Like, go give them your business.
But I
Yeah.
mean, that says a lot about a lot of people. There's another. I watched this right before I got on here. I was on TikTok, and there's this, I guess, guy trying to become a singer and stuff. He's holding a speakerphone, okay,
Mhm.
with the mic on it, and shouting in that mic, holding the speakerphone. We got him in the neck. We got him in the neck. Like celebrating.
I saw that too.
That's wrong. That you shouldn't celebrate that. That's violent. This is the type of violence you don't want to celebrate at all. You shouldn't celebrate any violence. Don't get me wrong.
You're not just celebrating violence, you're celebrating attack on our nation.
Yeah.
Our
Exactly.
nation's values. Like, the same nation that gives you the right to stand there on that street corner with that megaphone and make those statements. You're attacking that.
Exactly. But if you're going to celebrate violence, let's be real. Let's be American. Let's go celebrate some violence on the football field. You know what I mean? That's the only violence I want to see. All right.
Yeah.
I don't want to
I will
see people
say,
get hurt and killed for what they stand up for.
I will say, and I do want to say this guy's name on the podcast. I haven't asked him for permission, but I am going to say it. I think he'd be appreciative of it. His name's Mark Hernandez. I don't know if you know him, Natalie. Uh, I went to high school with this dude. Okay, he is pretty. I would say pretty left leaning. Um, he's more central than a Democrat today, but he does lean very left. I've been friends with this dude since high school. He's a good dude. Uh, he's a rapper. Um, I I definitely fuck with his shit. Okay, I'll send y'all one of his songs. See if y'all fuck with him too. But he made a comment the day of Charlie's killing, and again, left leaning guy. I'm gonna look up his comment, and I'm gonna read it. And I want him to be an example for um, all people on the left, or anybody really that disagreed with Charlie and his views. This dude disagreed with damn near everything Charlie did. And look at the grace he shows when Charlie got killed. Okay? He said, quote, no matter our differences, there's never an excuse for political violence. I don't agree with Charlie Kirk's views, but he didn't deserve to be shot. The person who did this was wrong and needs to face justice. My prayers go out to his family, his wife, and his kids right now, end quote. Look at that. Somebody that disagreed with Charlie Kirk. And yet the second Charlie Kirk, but this was before Charlie had even been declared dead. He put this out.
Mm.
Like, he didn't deserve this.
No, Charlie did
Yes.
not deserve to be shot and killed the way he
Yeah.
did.
Mark didn't
No.
agree with a damn thing Charlie said.
But
But
you know what they did? You know what the guy did instead of stopping Charlie? He
threw
magnified
him
by
left.
100 times.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember the exact numbers. When Charlie got killed, he was at, I think, 3.7 million followers on social media. I looked this morning. 11.2
Mm.
million.
And now everything he's got, TikToks, Facebook, Twitters, it's millions of views.
Yep.
And
Like Mrs. Kirk said last night when she set out her statement, you didn't silence him. You failed. You made his voice louder. You made his movement more powerful.
And I think there's something, and I'm just gonna put it out there. Let's say this post goes viral. And we didn't want to make a little bit of money off of it. I think it would be right of us. Any proceeds come off any Charlie Kirk stuff that we've talked about, I think we donate it to his foundation.
Yeah, I've been
Oh, yeah.
debating whether or not we should monetize this episode. It definitely, if I end up monetizing it, any proceeds will go to Turning Point USA.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna have us make a cent off of his death.
No, I don't think that'd be right of us.
No.
No.
That being said, I still haven't decided if I'm going to monetize it at all. I don't want ads interrupting this shit. This is too important of a message to have interrupted by advertisements.
Right. I mean, and I get that, and that's understandable. So, but
I do think it's important to reiterate what Mrs. Kirk said. And I'm going to call her that. I'm not going to use her first name. It's a respect thing. If you don't like it, you can go and fornicate yourself. She said, what Charlie would always end his podcast with was, if you want to get involved, go and join your local TPUSA chapter. And I do think that's important. TPUSA is a major movement in today's country. And so, if anybody wants to get politically involved after this, that's a good thing to do. Go join your local TPUSA chapter. If there's not one, fucking start one. Okay? If you feel inspired by anything Charlie ever said, get involved. That's what he would want you to do. Okay? That being said, I was saving this for the end. You know what? I'm gonna wait a little bit longer for that. Y'all go ahead.
y'all been awful quiet over there.
Oh, they're getting all lovey-dovey. They're emotional because of this, so they're trying to love on each other. Again, This is just evidence, like I told y'all. This is evidence that y'all actually give a shit.
Okay, it's not my fault that all my exes suck. That's on them.
No, that's on you for having shitty taste in men.
Okay, valid. But we want to talk about Miss Sibaho over here. I'm just saying.
All right.
Well, man, hey, Dakota can talk shit on your taste in men, but we can also talk shit on Dakota's taste in women.
Absolutely.
Oh, and his.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to say it on the podcast, but Jacob, you know what I've got on the tip of my tongue.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you can think what I'm talking about too.
Oh no, Dave, I'll tell you off air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to get it back to Charlie.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Hey, a little
we
bit of light joking helps lighten the mood here.
I'll share this. This is my dark sense of humor. The morning after Charlie was killed, 9/11, okay? I woke up and immediately started thinking about Charlie. That's how big of an influence he had on my life, okay? And I thought to myself, man, Charlie got killed on 9/10. Isn't that something? Today is 9/11. At least nothing heavy happened on this date.
Yeah.
And it made me chuckle a little bit, all right? It lightened my mood just a little bit. That's my dark sense of humor. It might be fucked up of me to say, but it did make me chuckle. And
Yes,
it
same
gave me the energy to get out of bed.
Yeah, we mentioned this. We were doing gonna be doing a podcast about Charlie
No, to your dad.
to my dad, and I looked at him. I was like, "Do you know who Charlie Kirk was?" And he was like, "He's the guy that got shot, right?" Because he's like me. If he doesn't know someone or
He has
follow
to see a
someone,
face.
names don't mean anything.
Yeah.
I'm kind of the same way. Like, unless I see you regularly,
Yeah,
I'll remember your face from just one meeting. I'll know that I know you,
yeah.
but I will not remember your name.
Mm-mm. And
Like Dave, after I met you up there in Memphis for the
Mm-hmm.
first time, you know it was like 2 weeks before I remembered your name was David, right?
No, didn't know that.
Yeah. I remembered your face, but I didn't remember your name was David for like 2 weeks.
Yesterday, he
Oh,
couldn't
man.
remember my middle name.
Yeah.
And
What
I
was the old
swore
boy's name?
Middle
so
name.
What was the old boy's name that was up there with us? You remember?
Shane.
Shane.
I ain't heard from him in a minute.
Yeah, didn't he take over like his family porta-john or septic tank business or something like that?
Yeah. His parents owned a porta-john business, and he started working for that.
Talking about a shitty job. Somebody's got to do it. Ask Mike Rowe.
tell me the company Malibu Rigs Club.
Since I think we've about said what we need to say about Charlie, and we can have a little bit of levity to end this episode on a good note. But I do want to make a statement. I listen to a lot of political podcasts. Okay, one of the ones I listen to is Steven Crowder. Okay, the dude's funny as hell. I don't care if you agree with him or not. He's fucking hilarious. Okay, and he made a statement that really resonated with me. Charlie would not want us to resort to violence as a retaliation for his murder. And I don't get it twisted. I do not condone any kind of violence. All right? None of us here at LFP do. Okay? If you commit violence, you can go and ingest a satchel of Richards. Okay? And if that's too complicated for you to understand, it means eat a fucking bag of dicks, you fucktard. Okay? That being said, we as conservatives, all of us here are, alright? We need to live our life with a hair trigger defense. Okay? That's not saying go out and look for a fight. But make no mistake, Charlie's murder was a message. And that message was received loud and clear on Wednesday. That message was conservatives are being hunted. Okay? So if a liberal approaches you, you need to be ready to defend yourself. Don't go looking for a fight, but do not back down from one. Okay? And he kept reiterating something, and I'm going to do the same thing he did. He was asked by news media to clarify this statement. If anybody asks me to clarify the statement, my response will be the same. No. Okay? Because I know my words will be twisted. When Donald Trump was almost assassinated, Steven Crowder started reiterating what Donald Trump said, and that was fight like hell. All right? I'm even wearing the shirt right now. Okay? After Charlie Kirk's assassination, fight like hell has taken on a new meaning. And to anybody that identifies with the killer, you have no idea what's coming for you. I am praying for you. Not because of who you are. Well, kind of because of who you are, because you're fucking evil. Not because of what you've done, but because you have no idea what you have unleashed onto this country. We as conservatives are fed up. And if you come to me and say, "Oh, well, let's cool it down. Let's stop. Let's talk about things." Fuck you. Okay? Your people went out and killed the one person in this world that was willing to talk to you. I will not make that same mistake. It is time we take our country back. It is time we be like Charlie and we take those values that this country was created on and we stand up for them.
Agree.
That being said, again, don't go out there looking for violence. Don't go committing violence. Violence is not the answer. That was Charlie's message. And we need to remember that. But at the same time, we have been giving and giving and giving to the left. That is done now. You have unleashed the reckoning. And God have mercy on your soul for what is coming next.
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, I yield the rest of my time.
All right, guys. Well, thank Dakota.
Damn it, we gotta have some fucking levity. Damn, shit.
Now you done made the
Really?
damn sad.
That was what I was saving for the end, and I was like, damn, we're starting to laugh. Let's fucking laugh before we end it on that. I don't want to fucking end it on a fucking message to fucking fight for our country. Shit.
Well, you should have cracked a joke then, bud.
The joke
That's what I was
was.
trying to do with acting like I was in the fucking House of Representatives. Shit.
Yeah, that's why he was like, Mr. Chairman.
Well, I think you went a little heavy there, sir.
Watch Forrest Gump up in here because mad that we laughed at his joke.
I agree with you. It is important. But when you hit heavy like that, I mean, kind of hard to jump in the car and keep moving past it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess that's true.
So
But no, people, like Dave said earlier, our next episode, we're going back to the normal shit. Anybody that doesn't like this episode and feels the need to leave our following and unsubscribe from us, bye.
Kick
I agree.
rocks.
Kick rocks. See you later. Don't let the door hit your ass on the way out.
No, let it hit him on the ass on the way out.
I'm gonna say,
No, I don't
so
need a lawsuit.
or so either misspelled or just running around the same block in a million different directions. I'm sitting there eating my Reese's, drinking my Dr. Pepper, and wondering what the hell is wrong with you and your mama. Okay.
Reese's, isn't it chicken nuggets?
No, the only reason people think I like chicken nuggets is because of you.
Hey, I'm not the one that went and fucking unleashed hate on the Houthis.
And technically, I didn't.
Your brain did.
Imagine that, and then I was confused.
You know what it was?
Second off, it'd be tacos, not.
It was a parallel
nuggets.
universe.
It was.
You were dreamwalking in a parallel universe.
Okay, so I have an evil twin. That's saying something because I'm a bitch.
No, that's actually a theory that there's a parallel universe, and when you dream, you're actually going and living in that parallel universe during your dream.
Bro, let me tell you something.
We need to do an episode on that.
I've seen some fucked up shit and other fucked up shit in a parallel universe. I'm good.
I had a dream that I was one of the bugs from Bug's Life when I was a kid. So
Listen, I'm so. I think I brought this up before. No, I'm gonna leave that for a different episode because that's no. I brought it up before, but I'm gonna leave it for a different episode.
leave a fucking cliffhanger, motherfucker.
Hey, it makes for a good.
Well, don't jump off the motherfucker. I'm gonna make sure I bring you down safely.
Well, I will say before we end this, again, if any of you don't like what we say and you feel the need to leave a hateful comment, you're welcome to. Again, remember that's just adding you to our list of people that we're going to submit to law enforcement if this ever happens again. So you're just adding yourself to a watch list. But if you want to know what else you can do, you don't like what we said about Charlie, you don't like the fact that we support Charlie and we are praying for Charlie, there's a button there, okay? It's probably right down here. It's the subscribe button, okay? If you are subscribed, you can go ahead and click that, and it'll take you off. It'll unsubscribe you, okay? Promise. And you won't ever have to see our sorry asses again.
But if you do like what we say, and you want to hear more about us, hit the subscribe button, follow us, share us, make sure we get nice and popular. So at the end of the day, we can start doing this day in and day out, and y'all can listen to our dumb asses talk about all sorts of crazy shit.
I will say, I have filed the paperwork. This is the first time I'm publicly announcing this, so breaking news, people! Breaking news!
Hush.
We are starting a media company. Okay? It will be Shattered Paradigm Media. Alright? And, Dave and Natalie, y'all are all part owners of Shattered Paradigm Media.
Alright.
This media company, me and Dave have been talking for a long time about doing an episode about the attacks in the LBL and the beast of the LBL. Okay? One of the big projects we're planning with this is a documentary where we go to the site of the attacks in Tennessee. And that is what Shattered Paradigm Media is for. It is to fund that stuff. So if you want to see stuff like that, the best way to support us, let's get us funding. You know, you can subscribe, go and like our Facebook, go and like the TikTok, get us as many followers as you can. Okay?
Also, open suggestions. You guys can message, and we'll look into it and make it a team.
Yeah.
And I will also say, and this is the last thing I'm going to say, publicly and privately about Charlie. I've seen a lot of people criticizing Christians for asking for prayers for his killer. I commented this on a post, and I think it's important to get it as much publicity as we can. Yes, as Christians, we are called to pray for even our enemies. So I would call for everybody to pray for Charlie's killer. Okay? Not that he gets off scot-free, and I'll explain why, but pray that he repents for what he has done and he turns his life over to Christ. That is what Charlie would do, too. Charlie, if he were still here, he would pray for the man that shot him. Pray that the man repents and finds Jesus Christ. That being said, I still hope the motherfucker gets the death penalty. Why? because to not give his killer the death penalty would be saying that you devalue Charlie's life. And that goes for anybody that commits murder. If you commit murder, you should get the death penalty, because your life is not more valuable than your victims.
No.
Nope. Life for the life.
Exactly. It's not our place to judge. That's God's.
We just arranged the meeting.
Exactly what I was about to say. We're just setting up the meeting. So, that being
All right,
said,
guys.
like, comment, subscribe. We'll see y'all on the next one. I promise it'll be more lighthearted. We'll have some fun.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we got some rabbit holes we've been going down. So
Oh,
look forward to that. All right, later, guys.
later.
Bye.